What is up, my friends? It is Tuesday afternoon's Anfield Agenda news roundup. You might say it's evening, but for me it's afternoon. Today we're going to discuss Alexander Isak and how that is moving along nicely as the dominoes start to fall into place. We're going to discuss Manchester United's targeting Ollie Watkins, a little bit on Luis Diaz as he closes in on that move to Bayern Munich, and then we're all going to have a little laugh at Arsenal, who have once again been beaten to a target by Liverpool. I'm going to tell you exactly who that is. Lots more to come over the next few minutes as well, but you know the score. I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section. Do drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. And don't forget, I'll be back here tonight at 8:45 for the late night agenda. I've loads to run through, so no waffle for me today. Let's get straight into it. We're going to start off with Transfer Sector, who have said Ollie Watkins is now Manchester United's first choice target, with Newcastle in pole position to sign Benjamin SESKO. Now, obviously, that's good news for Liverpool, but there is a little bit of bad news for the Reds today, or at least news. I don't know if it's necessarily bad news, but Lewis Steele reports that Alisson Becker has departed Liverpool's pre-season training camp in Japan and will play no further part in the tour due to a personal matter. Now, we do believe that he will meet back up with the rest of the Liverpool squad when they return from Japan to take on Athletic Club Bilbao on Monday, but for now he has returned home. We have no idea what the personal matter is, but sincerely we hope it is nothing too serious and that Alisson and his family are well. Right, let's talk about Luis Diaz for a minute. So we know a couple of things. We know he landed to take part in his Bayern Munich medical, but we can also tell you that he has completed the first part of his Bayern Munich medical. The second part will take place at Bayern's training ground, and then all things will be signed off, and there is an unveiling and a press conference set for Thursday to unveil him officially as a Bayern Munich player. From all of us here at the channel, and I'm sure I speak for many Liverpool fans, wish Luis Diaz the very best. Unless, of course, he comes up against us in the Champions League. But from my perspective, it's been a pleasure watching him play at Liverpool. No bad feelings towards him whatsoever, and wish him, his family, the very best moving forward. Right, John W. Henry's good lady wife Linda has, well, made a little bit of a faux pas, shall we say. She posted to look at a behind-the-scenes interview with Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk, but unfortunately for Linda, she did also show us a little sneak preview of the Adidas training kit, and it looks very good. So thank you, Linda, really, I guess. We're going to see it on Friday anyway, so it's no biggie. Let's move on to Lewis Steele again reporting that Ekitike and Wirtz were playing as a front two in training today. Will that give us a little indication, perhaps, of what you guys can expect tomorrow? Now, of course, I won't be doing the watch-along tomorrow morning, so I'll be back with you guys for my normal streams tomorrow. But do let us know how the lads get on in the game, and I'm sure we'll catch up tomorrow evening. Right, Sacha Tavolieri now has said Liverpool have reached an agreement with a 5-year contract with Alexander Isak. A bid of £100 million will be submitted, and the Reds hope to reach a deal at around £120 million. This from Dave O.C. Kopp, and he is crediting the Newcastle Chronicle, who say Alexander Isak has been left out of Newcastle's new kit launch. Come on. It's all going in the right direction here, isn't it? He's also apparently down tools and isn't training with Newcastle. So, you know, he's doing his part, as I've said. And this is just a sad situation. I never like to see a footballer at any club downing tools, whether it's ours, a player looking to leave Liverpool, or whether it's a player looking to come in. I wish it didn't get to this and clubs just didn't have to save face publicly and these things happen. I wish we could just get to the point where if a player's going to move on, it just does it with the toxicity. Anyway, Lewis Steele said a noticeable part from Liverpool's open training session was the sheer intensity that the boys were training at. It was 36, 37 degrees Celsius, and the players were still racing and sprinting around. The intensity they were bringing for a training session was, in his words, mental. Right, let's talk about Darwin Nunez. Lewis Steele said Darwin Nunez looked incredible in Liverpool training and looked every part the £80 million striker that Liverpool paid for. And it's actually funny, we discussed this on the stream last night. Somebody brought that exact point up and I reiterated what was said there. He has looked very, very good in training and in the pre-season friendlies as well. But I don't think it will change anything. He will move on. Juventus have been interested in him, but they do have Kolo Muani as their main target. Darwin Nunez, they would look for with an initial loan with an obligation to buy. I just don't think that's something Liverpool will entertain. Right, so here's one that an account called Chris at C Weatherspoon tweeted to say, after selling Luis Diaz, Liverpool's transfer activity this summer, even after spending about £300 million, has generated a net profit in their 25-26 financials. That helps explain how Liverpool can really afford Alexander Isak, and he credits The Athletic for that. So like we said when we spoke with Mo, the money is there, the ability to spend it is there. I've enjoyed watching some United fans in my short when I said that if I was a player I'd go to Newcastle over United at this time, particularly if I was SESKO, and the amount of butthurt United fans in the comments trying to talk about legacy. The irony of United fans talking about legacy when that is all they bantered me with and my friends when I was growing up, is that we hadn't won anything in a long time, X amount of years since we won the league. And now, well, they're turning into the very thing that they used to mock, and I'm here for it. Next up, Graham Bailey said, Alexander Isak has gone AWOL. The Swedish striker isn't at the Newcastle training ground. The situation has now reached the point where the striker has gone absent without leave. Also, from Alex Crook on Alexander Isak, he said, Isak has been conspicuous by his absence from Newcastle's training ground since dropping the bombshell that he is seeking to leave the club. Doubts over Isak's future first emerged when he was spotted training alone before subsequently being left out of the pre-season tour to Singapore with a thigh injury. Isak has not been spotted by film crews outside the club's training park since it is thought the superstar Swede is following his only training programme at home while Newcastle decide whether to cash in. Moby Hake on X said, a Newcastle fan posted that Isak's face has apparently been removed from the Newcastle United club shop window. The likes of Tonali, Jacob Murphy are still there. Are we thinking it's happening, folks? Now look, nothing is guaranteed in football, but surely this is trending in a direction where Isak becomes a Liverpool player. Next up, Graham Bailey have said Liverpool are preparing a record offer for Alexander Isak as he begins to force the issue at Newcastle. Liverpool have informed Newcastle they're willing to pay more than £120 million to sign Isak. And then the part I mentioned at the start of the video about Liverpool beating Arsenal to another target is the youngster. This from Fabrizio Romano. He said, here we go. Liverpool agree a deal to sign 17-year-old striker Will Wright from Salford. Arsenal agreed terms with Salford City 10 days ago, but Liverpool hijacked the move with an agreement with the player. Wright, seen as a huge talent, has completed his medical today and he will sign a contract until 2028 at Liverpool. I'm not going to lie, I thought we lost out the other day when Arsenal had put a bigger offer on the table to Salford, but apparently the player himself only wanted to go to Liverpool and turn down the advances of Mikel Arteta's Arsenal to join up with the Reds. So that is where we're at for now, ladies and gentlemen. Lots to go through. Lots more, no doubt, will happen between now and the time I talk to you this evening. Don't forget, 8:45 here for the late night agenda. Late night news video as well. And I can't wait to catch up with you and go through all the news. Have a great day. We'll talk tonight. Much love. Bye-bye.